Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watch You Want, and thanks for logging on. Today we are looking at the Breguet Marine reference 5857 GMT. You can see this 42mm stainless steel Breguet dual time on our website, watchyouwant.com. You can purchase it there, and if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. You can also click on the card in the upper right-hand corner of this video at any time to see our full listing for this watch with additional accessories included, high-res studio photography, and of course complete pricing information. Now on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference. This is a large modern watch. At 42 millimeters across the broad of the case and a robust 53 millimeters from lug to lug, it is an oversized sports watch in the modern sense. Its footprint on the wrist, at least in terms of real estate covered, is very similar to a 42mm Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Offshore, in large part because the conforming end piece of the strap means there's a little bit of a tendency of it to flare and create virtual span across the wrist, so it wears bigger than a conventional 42. But unlike the Audemars, this one is remarkably slim, only 12.5 millimeters thick. It also features a double-stepped bezel and a domed sapphire that allows a dress cuff or any kind of formal sleeve to easily slide up and over the flank of this case, and that in spite of 100-meter true sports watch water resistance. Now you can see that the watch does have large, separate, straight lugs welded on. They're actually beautifully finished, high polish on all facets with screwed-in attachment to the strap. That's a little bit less convenient for your watchmaker. It takes a bit more time to swap out a strap with screws, but threading the lugs is not cheap. It's not easy to mass produce. It is the better way to manufacture a true luxury, high-end sports watch because it's simply not going to come off. And you can also note that the strap itself, featuring a Pyramidion imprint, is beautifully made. Now the strap is black, just in case the colors are being distorted on the camera, but the Pyramidion imprint is gorgeous, and it's matched on its backside. This is a natural rubber vulcanized strap by beautiful relief channels that allow grit, heat, sweat, moisture to simply rise off and evaporate from the wrist during hot weather and periods of activity. So on both sides, Breguet has given careful consideration to the need for durability as well as ergonomics on a true sports watch, and it's matched by a clasp that can really only be described as Baroque, beautifully finished with an imprinted wave motif in the metal strap minders. When was the last time you saw metal strap minders? But the clasp itself is wonderfully substantial, finished throughout. There isn't a single unfinished, machined, stamped, or cut surface here. Everything is polished like the case itself and beautifully branded Breguet. When closed, it does have the appearance of a pin buckle for a vintage visual effect. Now, the watch itself is classic Breguet Marine, albeit updated for the 21st century. Now, what you're looking at is a dial that incorporates a sophisticated GMT display. If you like Breguet hands in the tradition of the master, that's a good thing because we're doubling up on them here. Twin time displays, local time is at center, and then there's a second display at 6 o'clock. Now that second time display has an AM/PM indicator, a 24-hour dial that's located at 2 o'clock. So what you're actually looking at is one dial that's just past midnight, and that is the reference time at 6 o'clock, and one, the principal local time, that I actually have set to just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Now you can adjust them independently by moving the 18-karat white gold local hour hand out of the way, and then at the extremity you can move them both in sync, and you'll see the 24-hour subdial moving at half speed as an AM/PM indicator for the subdial at 6 o'clock. Very legible, very handsome, and once again I should emphasize, all of the hands that you're looking at here are blue oxidized gold, and with light luminescent application you can see this watch in low or no light. It is a sports watch. All of the Breguet styling traditions are respected, and it's important to note that the elaborate guilloche of this dial is the real thing. There is such a thing as stamped guilloche. It's out there. You won't find it here. This is the application of a rose lathe by a trained artisan, controlled by hand, a traditional 19th century machine to evacuate the beautiful undulating patterns of the guilloche portions and the beautiful straight-grained metallic hour track. This is a gorgeous composition created in the traditional fashion as one would expect of Breguet. There is a date window at 6 o'clock. It does have effectively a quick set function by means of rapidly advancing the center local hour hand using the differential crown position. Now on the case back, you'll see we are looking at a Breguet caliber 517F. It's distantly based on the Frédéric Piguet 1150, and it's finished to suit. All of the angles on the edges of the bridges are beautifully polished, rounded off by hand, and shined to a mirror level. Now you can see it is a free-sprung balance. It does oscillate at 4 Hz. The watch has twin mainspring barrels, which you can see to good effect sticking out from under the bridges at the top of the screen. The twin mainspring barrels endow the watch with outstanding torque across its full power reserve, so it's a good timekeeper from the bottom to the top of the power reserve, and also has a superb 72-hour or 3-day power reserve in action. Automatic winding, quite efficient, allows this watch to be a convenient daily wearer. With steel, it's quite versatile and quite rugged. The combination of the silver dial and the steel case is aesthetically versatile. Being thin, it will fit under a dress cuff, and of course with 100-meter water resistance, you can wear this watch in the pool or in the surf. With a dual time, it's also the ultimate traveler's or businessman's reference. You can see this Breguet Marine 5857 GMT and take it home on our website, watchyouwant.com.